Hi, I'm Amanda Anderson. I'm a recovery speaker and author. It's my passion to see men and women in the church cross the bridge toward recovery so that they can walk with Jesus in a more authentic and more effective way. The story of my journey into 12-step recovery is taking a long walk from the sanctuary that I had attended pretty much every Sunday since I was a child to the 12-step room for Codependence Anonymous. Surrender is a key concept in the Bible that I learned going to church every Sunday. As Christians, we are called to surrender first to God's moral prescription for living, His ways that are outlined for us in the Bible. We're called to surrender to God's plan for our life, His sovereign will, the surrender of our will and our dreams over to God's more effective, bigger plan. And we're also called to surrender to God's loving care. Raised in the church, I did pretty well in the first two, or did it outwardly. I could follow many of the rules of the Bible as they were related to money and sexuality, to not stealing, not lying, not bearing false witness. I sought God's will in my career path and really wanted to see His bigger picture be done in my life. But I struggled to surrender my heart. There were many ways that I still feared God as a Christian of 30 years, and that fear of God, that inability to surrender my heart to Him, manifested itself in things like depression and anxiety, in people pleasing, and ultimately in codependency. I sought to solve this problem through the study of theology, through Christian talk therapy, meeting with various pastors. But I learned eventually that codependency is hypervigilance. It's a problem where I feel I need to be alert to people and circumstances around me in order to make my world safe, which meant I didn't trust God to make my world safe. In codependency, 12-step recovery, I found the first step in the path to surrender. And that first step was acknowledging that my life had become unmanageable, which is the first step of any 12-step recovery program. As a good church girl raised in the sanctuary, unmanageability smacks of a faith that's not working. It means I'm not a new creation after all. It means God's word is not working for me. Or at least that's what I thought. But I could no longer deny it. And I found in 12-step a form of surrender that my pastor was getting at all along. I'd love to talk more about this with you, so tune in to step 2 of this series. And if you have any questions, call 1-800-NEW-LIFE.